hope you've been happy, healthy, and safe. Today we're going to do a pick your pile reading. So timestamps I'm going to put down below, and then we'll jump right in. We'll call in your angels, your guides of the highest degree and vibration, and we will clear the energies and get right in. So calling in your spirit guides and angels for pile 1, please, Spirit. Pile 1 for their highest and best timeline. Only high vibrational beings and guides are allowed to enter. Alright. So we'll use this deck today for pile 1. And see what energies want to come out today. I'm hearing roll. I'm not sure what that means. Like, maybe a game or sport. Something like that. Anyways, there could be something in this message for you if you've recently heard that, or you're doing that, or something like that. Okay, let's see. What do we have for pile 1, please, Spirit? Okay, they want me to keep shuffling. Okay. What do we have to tell pile 1 today? What is their current situation affecting them? Oh, okay, so current situation for you guys right now, we have 3 cards coming through. We have strength. So strength is needed in some sort of situation. We have Hanged Man and we have Queen of Air. Okay, so just give me a moment to translate this. Okay, so I feel like there's something right now you are trying to gain wisdom, knowledge about. Either you are seeking from someone this knowledge or wisdom, or they're seeking it from you. Okay, is how I'm feeling this. It does feel like whoever I'm connecting to, feminine energy, doesn't have to be a feminine. But you have more of the softer qualities, but in any regards, you are up in your head. And this would represent basically the swords. So if this is, you could be a Gemini, a Libra, an Aquarius, or someone that you're getting information from could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, okay? There's new beginnings here in partnership. I do feel like with this knowledge being up in your head, you're trying to discover a new perspective in the situation, okay? But spirit reminding you that you need strength in this situation, okay? Let's get more. Let's use these guys here just to clarify. Okay, really? Okay, what is this situation about, please, Spirit? What is it involving? Give me more. Give me more. So this could involve some sort of passionate feeling or chemistry. Maybe perhaps if this is involved in a relationship, a romantic relationship, maybe you're trying to find out whether there's wisdom, or you're trying to find wisdom about whether there's chemistry, okay? You also have the knowing, deja vu, and past love with the past life card. So it could feel like this chemistry that you're feeling, it's kind of like you do know, you feel it. It feels like past life in some sort of sense. It may involve somebody with, you got brunette females, someone in their feminine energy, again, doesn't have to be, but they have darker hair, they're a bit intense, and they're quite focused, okay? What else? And then we have courting man. So this, to me, is kind of saying that, yes, this is very possibly a romantic relationship. However, it does say uniform and professional male, so it could involve a situation to do with someone in a professional, like a businessy, dressed in a business suit. So this gives me lawyer vibes. This gives me like banker vibes. This gives me like pretty, you know, and this could be the same person. It doesn't have to be, but in any regards, it feels like there's something here that you are requiring a strength about this situation. Okay, so those are just clues for you. Let's get a little bit more, dig a little deeper. Let's use these guys. And we'll dig a little bit. Tell me more, please, Spirit. Tell me a little bit more about this situation. Okay, so we have you have the emotional loss card. So it could involve a change, maybe some situation where there was a change in your circumstances, due to an emotional loss. We have partnerships and alliance. This, I feel like this is the card on your mind. I feel like you're moving out of this emotional loss stage. So it feels like, to me anyways, it feels like the change has been, you've already had the change, basically, okay? Something already ended. Now, it feels like now you're moving on towards this knowing that there's something out there for you. And it could deal with partnerships and alliances. This could be a person, however, this could be business related. It could be like, you know, there's something more, there's something out there for you. You're looking for the right chemistry, the right fit, and that's a confirmation kind of for me, if you heard the beeping in the background, that, yeah, that there's maybe, it feels like something is warning you a little bit to let go of this and move towards this, okay? Let's see what else. Create new... I'm getting the word team, so this does feel like it's business related or related to something you're moving past. Says stand your ground in this situation. So make sure that whatever this situation, because I feel you're moving out of this, I feel you're moving into this, but there's an element here that you need to stand your ground, especially with the Strength card, to recognize your, like, see a different perspective and recognize your part you need to play in this situation. Don't get caught up in this emotional loss. Like, don't get caught up in what you lost. Move towards, you know, what you want to create, okay? Is what Spirit is kind of saying to me here. Okay, what advice does Spirit have for you? Let's use... Should we use these cards? Yeah, we'll use these ones. Okay. What advice does Spirit have for you? Doesn't surprise me that this card came out. It's quieting the mind. So I do feel like whatever this situation is for you, there's an element of not being able to see clearly this situation. Like, it's almost like you're clouded by all this other stuff, and perhaps it has to do with this past emotional loss. Spirit is saying, like, the partnerships and alliance actually feel like it's more to do with you, with quieting your mind. Like, it feels like you're distracted by whatever this is. Okay, so whether it be a person, an actual business courting man that you think you have a past life with, or you know you're just meant to be together or something like that, or it could be this person, right? Could be a female or whatever, you know, they could have these qualities, right? But it feels like this is your distraction, and Spirit wants you to quiet the mind and go inwards and get communication, because you got a 3 and a 3. Get communication about perhaps this partnership, or perhaps, like, I'm picking up, like, you need to concentrate on your end goal. You need to concentrate on work. You need to concentrate on getting your meditations, maybe. Concentrate on you. Like, I feel there's an element here of you not concentrating on you. You're distracted by something. And I do feel you're distracted by a relationship that is possibly clouding you somehow, and it has to do with emotional loss over something. Okay, Spirit is saying you need to, again, quiet the mind, meditate, be still with yourself, and wish upon a star. Like, put an ending to past situations and past outcomes and that sort of thing, and communicate, especially with spirit, about what you want to achieve, and then kind of release that to spirit. Like, don't kind of hold on to it and be like, oh, well, you know, my manifestations or my goals aren't happening, so, you know, there's an element here of you can't control every outcome, you can't control every situation, because I'm not sure who I'm picking up on here, but for somebody, I think your focus is too much on courting, maybe, or whatever this other situation with this other person, or possibly people, right? This could be with threes, it could be a third party situation. Third party to me in this situation is business, so it could be something to do with, you know, I'll give you a scenario. You could be married, and you could have recently found out maybe something about your significant other and maybe their secretary or someone else, right? And so you're kind of distracted by that and the emotional loss of that you're not listening to your own intuition. You're not listening to, it's like you keep focusing on the past and what happened in the past, and it's like you're having a hard time letting go. Okay, and spirit is saying you need to kind of put an end to that and complete that cycle, because you're entering a new cycle now. Okay, what else does spirit want to say? These two, a merry motive and roots of abundance. So I feel like if you put an ending to these things, you quiet your mind, you wish upon the star, put your wishes out to the universe as to what you want to achieve, and then let it go. Okay, don't focus on it. Live your life. Just be. For a lot of people, that's very hard. To just be. They always got to be doing something, or, you know, they can't just sit with themselves and be, because then their mind starts going, and that's basically really important, and then that's when all the negative comes up. And spirit cautioning you that that's what you want to put an end to. You need to stay positive. Don't look at the outcome like it's going to fail before it's even started, right? Because you're sending that to the universe. So it's basically failed before it started, because you're not giving yourself mentally that that space or that chance to create like abundance for yourself. And abundance doesn't mean money. Abundance can mean like creating that foundation for the love and the growth in your life to come in. Okay, that's what abundance really means. Like, a lot of people, they think of abundance, they think of money, but abundance is abundance of happiness, abundance of love, abundance of good health, abundance of, and those are the things I feel like spirit is wanting you right now to focus on is those things. It's not so much the money, but the abundance of creating for yourself the things that perhaps you're lacking in your life right now, right? You need to create more of those things, okay? Okay, let's get some surrender cards, and then we'll get messages from the universe, and then we'll leave it there. Okay, and we'll move on to pile 2, I think. Okay, so what you need, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Surrender to spirit, okay? So it goes along with the meditation and just listening, because it feels like you want to seek the knowledge, but it feels like you're not taking that time because you're distracted by all this other stuff going on, that you're not taking the time to listen to your own inner voice. So surrender to spirit. Once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine and let spirit work its magic for you. Again, this goes to the control. You want to control, it feels like everything. Like you want to control every situation, every outcome to every situation. Like popping into my head, it's like maybe there's someone around you that you want them to do something, or you want them to go somewhere, or I don't know why this is popping into my head, but you kind of want them out. You want them out of your space. And maybe there's something out of your control, out of their control, that can't make that happen, right? Like maybe they're doing everything that they're trying to do to get out of whatever situation they're in, and you're like, and you want them because they're like hindering your space. I don't know. Okay, so you want them gone. You're sick of them, I'm feeling. And so you want to control the situation. It feels like you're bombarding them with questions, and you're creating your own misery, because I don't really understand why you're doing that. But spirit is saying, like, you need to surrender to spirit. Like, sometimes people do all they can do and the situation doesn't get resolved. You just have to let it go and just be, and let it resolve itself. And maybe, and I feel like there's an element of control where you're like, right? Like, I'm just getting that, picking that up, like, that you feel that maybe someone else should be doing more than they're doing. And maybe they understand they don't have to. They've done everything they can. Now they have to wait. And so there needs to be an element of patience here, okay? I don't know why that's popping out, but yeah. Okay. And then what does the universe have to say? Oh, they have to say that. They have to say that down here. Apparently they really want to say this, because they're just jumping out. What's your honest truth? I feel like there's an element here of not being true to yourself. You're kind of caught up in what everybody else is and where they are on their journey. This comes up so often. for the people that I read for, they're so focused on what everybody else is doing and what's going on in everybody else's lives. They don't focus on their own life, and therefore they don't recognize their own truth, and they don't recognize what they want. They don't recognize, like, an example is, like, let's say you want to start some sort of business, and say you've been, like, saying, I want to start, but you've been doing it for years. I want to start this business. If only I could start this business, then things would be better. And you just keep going around in this cycle of, you want to start it, but it's like, do you really want to start whatever it is you're saying you want to start? Or do you just like talking about it? You just like the feedback you get from other people when you talk about this. You have to be real with yourself whether you really want what you're saying you want, or like what your real motive is for, like, what's honest truth there. Like, if your relationships failed, you have to be real with yourself as to why that is. And I'm talking all relationships. I'm talking, like, any relationship. Okay? It could be a business relationship. It could be a marriage. It could be family. It could be friends. It could be whatever. And maybe, you're not recognizing your own part, and you're just blaming others, right? And so you have to go inward and recognize your own truth first. Okay? All right. Okay, that one went on longer than I expected. So, hopefully that was strange, really, really strange reading. It feels like it was all over the place for me, but to you, it probably, if you stuck it out, it probably makes sense to you. So there you go. I just translate this stuff. I don't actually know what it means. All right. And yeah, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. It goes like that. All right. So, calling in guides, the angels, anyone of high vibration who has messages for pile 2, clearing the energies of pile 1, please, Spirit. Alright, so, Spirit, tell me the situation that's going on for pile 2. Which more cards do we want to use? These ones. Okay, these ones? Okay. So, what is going on for you right now? Pile 2, what's going on for you right now? I'm here and say, what? It feels almost like you're shocked by something that has just, right? Like, shocked by a comment or something. Okay, so, 9 of Wands. This came in the reverse situation, okay? from a prickly situation, okay? Because it came out in the reverse. You're ending a situation that maybe someone was kind of trying to be sneaky or something like that. And maybe that's why the channel of say what, like, no you, yeah, because I'm kind of getting the no you didn't, like, or no they didn't, I'm not letting them get away with that sort of vibe is coming through. So it feels like, yeah, you avoided something, you put something to an end. Okay, give me more, Spirit, give me more. Oops, gotta hold these the right way. Oh, and that one flew, like, I mean flew way over here. Okay, so what more? Seven of Cups. You got the Seven of Cups. Okay, so I feel like and this, it has something to do with because if you can see off in the distance, this heart, it looks like a heart to me, is basically floating or flying towards that cup. Like the heart is trying to go in the cup, but it's almost like the cups are ghost cups. Like they don't exist. They're like, they're not really there. The heart is not really there. And maybe this is a situation you avoided something, you put an end to something because there was no fertility, there was no growth, there was no spark. I'm getting in this too, spark. Yeah, there was no fertility, no growth. It just, and this could do, Cups energy are usually your Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, so there may not have been, it could be somebody around you, there may not have been, you know, that spark, that you just, I'm getting a you're out of here kind of vibe. Okay, okay, so you're putting an end to a relationship that had no spark, no heart. Okay, do we want to get more on that? Actually, you know what, we will get one more, just to see, I'm just curious. Just curious now. Seems juicy. Okay, so Justice in the reverse. Justice in the reverse. I feel like somebody didn't get their justice. And I am feeling that it was whoever this I want to say cold-hearted person was, it didn't get their justice, okay? Things just weren't balanced. And so I feel like for you, I feel like you're moving out of this. Like you're like, okay, see ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. There's no growth, there's no spark. You're just moving away. It's not balanced. You feel like, you know, it's just not working. Okay, let's get some advice for you. What you should do in this situation. And this could be just clarity, maybe what you're already doing, or I feel like this is just clarity. I feel like you are taking steps already. Oh, wait. Don't use this deck? Oh. Bottom of the deck, your deepest desires constrain you. So, it kind of fits. So we'll keep it, but they're saying not that deck. So, okay, we'll use this deck then. This deck? Okay, this deck. Well, okay, who do we have today that is giving this message? Okay, so, and with this card, just looking at it deeper, yeah, it feels like you need to heal past your deepest desires. Like, it almost feels like you're like this Nine of Wands, this prickly situation, this, something sneaky situation in the reverse, so you move past it, because there was no fertility, there was no spark, there was no heart, and your deepest desires constrain you. Let them go to clear your mind. So this is confirmation. I feel like this is a healing. Like, this is what you need to let go of. I feel like you did let go of this. It roses are standing out in this. If you can see, she's got a lot of roses in her hair. There's also, and pearls. So rose or pearl, those are old school names, but I'm feeling Daphne or daffodil, something. Or those could be, maybe they showered you with a lot of gifts, or I just feel like there was a lot of fluff that it just took you a little bit of time to see past. But then with the channel, so say what, like, it's kind of like you just clued in, sort of, is the vibe that I'm getting here. But they were trying to distract you with the gifts, I'm feeling a little bit. If your name isn't Rose or Daphne or Daffodil or whatever, or Pearl. Okay, so Spirit is saying what you need to do now is you need to bring a new energy to the world. So, and the clouds in this picture, and then there's clouds in this one too, right? The clouds indicating that there was maybe something. Oh yeah, and I just seen this now. There's like a moon behind here. So definitely something was illuminated to you that was kind of behind the clouds, right? Like the clouds moved and then it was illuminated to you. So now Spirit is saying, and this, again, this is probably just confirmation of what you're already doing and what you already know, okay? They're just saying bring a new dynamic energy into the world. So I'm feeling new perspectives, just a new, like, don't get yourself down and constrain yourself over this situation. Like, carry on. Keep birthing new things. Keep going after your dreams. Go after your love. There's a lot of green in this too. Like, there's love and abundance for you. You just have to keep moving towards it and understanding you. Like, because I'm getting to, like, if you look in this card, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? It looks like she's in a womb, but she's all, like, kind of curled up. It gives me vibes like You might turn yourself off and curl up in a ball and be like, oh my god, like, say if it was a situation where somebody maybe cheated on you and you found out about it and you're like, maybe they were doing this and their heart was really cold and there was no spark and blah, 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 right? And then you found out, now you're just like, you want to huddle up and curl up in a ball and just like, that's it. Spirit also saying, accept what is. So if it's not meant for you, it's not going to be for you. And again, there's hands and another rose in this picture, right? So accept what is to do around possibly a rose, okay? Or someone that gave you a rose. Accept and embrace your own, because there's also an element here of you are the rose, okay? So even if your name isn't Rose, you are the rose, okay? You're abundant. You're worth something. So don't think you aren't. Like, accept what is, and that perhaps it wasn't meant for you, and move on, okay? All right. What else? What else, Spirit? Give me one more. Give me one more. Okay, proceed softly. So be kind with yourself, but also proceed softly within the situation. Don't be like all like, this person did this, now I'm gonna, right? Like, I'm getting a little bit of that. I'm feeling that kind of like the anger stage. Right? So especially in relationships, then some people well, no, not some people, I think everybody goes through it. So if there's a relationship that ended, especially if it ended badly, if you found out that they cheated on you or something like that, then there's that stage you go through where you're like, okay, well, whatever, right? And then you like go with your friend, and then they get you all worked up, you get angry about it, and then you're like, right? First it's sad, then it's go, okay, whatever, and then the angry stage. And I feel like whoever I'm talking to, and I don't mean to laugh at your situation, it's just that I can relate, and I'm sure a million other people can relate to that, right? We all go through it, and it's an accept what is, accept what is, and just be soft with yourself. Carry on, keep, and be soft with the other party too. If you're in the angry stage, don't do anything you're going to regret. So don't go slash their tires, don't go murder them, right? Don't go beat them, don't go beat the mistress, things like that, or mister, right? Don't do those things. Proceed softly, okay? Spirit is coming out strongly, very strongly, okay? My inner power grows in moments of quietude. So this is giving me time, vibes that you need to, maybe go have tea with your friends. Don't let them work you up. Talk about it calmly, nicely. This is giving me like calm and nice vibes, right? Because, and then there's this path. Create the path you want, not the path you don't want, right? Because when we're in angry stage, we might choose a path that we don't really want to go down, and Spirit is cautioning you don't want to go down that path. Like, and maybe Spirit is kind of saying, you know what? Like, we tend to daydream about, you know, the vengeance or whatever that we want on the other person, but we don't focus or imagine what the outcome will be should we do those things. And maybe in this regard, maybe you should. Maybe you should say, okay, if I do this, blah, 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 then I'll end up in jail. My family will be, right? So you have to think about that. And I'm not sure why it's popping into my head like that, but that's important for someone because someone is very angry at the moment, I'm feeling. And you're possibly going to do something that you will regret later, and Spirit cautioning you to just maybe pull back, be quiet with yourself, remember you are worthy, you're awesome, think of all the things you have to be grateful for, just focus on that, and forget about this. Forget about getting justice, okay? Forget about getting justice, okay? Because they are getting their own justice, right? Like they're non-justice. You're getting your justice. Like maybe, okay, so maybe you think, oh well, they moved. Like, okay, if this is a situation, because I'm just seeing like somebody got cheated on. That I'm feeling that, and so now your ex is with this new person and you're angry and you can't let go and you want justice and you think it's so unfair and that, you know, this is happening to you, and but Spirit is saying, like, don't chill. They're getting their justice. You just may not be seeing it yet. So, like, maybe a year down the road, okay, she left you, whatever the case may be, and they went after this other person and whatever, right? And things seem to be going well for them right now. However, Spirit says something, you know, what happened to you will most likely happen to them. So, you're gonna get your justice, it's just you're not getting justice. It's like, I don't know, it's just how the world works. Like, what goes up must come down. It can't just stay there forever unless you crazy glued it to the roof, right? It's like, it's coming down eventually, even if it takes a year, right? If you were flipping pancakes and one got stuck to the ceiling and you just left it there, eventually one day it's gonna get so crusty and old it's just gonna fall off the ceiling. Okay, and I'm not sure why that's coming through. Okay, I have no idea who I am connecting to, but whoever you are, I love you. This is funny, right? This energy is awesome to me. It's great. Your situation is not funny. Let me be clear. Your situation is not funny. It's the energy, because I feel like it's a saucy, it's a, you know, like, just like badass kind of energy that I'm picking up, and I'm digging it. I like it. It's kind of cool, right? That's what I'm saying. Okay, just to be clear. Okay, not laughing at your situation. Creator alchemy. So the spirit advice here is create alchemy for yourself by healing and just carrying on with your life, focusing on your goals, getting excited for life, getting excited because, you know, you might be sad now, but a year down the road, you'll get thinking about it and you're like, I dodged a bullet. Like, I've done this. I'm like, holy shit, I dodged a huge bullet. Like, this guy, I didn't see it, right? It was so fresh, because this feels fresh. Feels like it just happened, like, recently. Because I feel almost like this is the stage you're in. You're in the curl up and just whatever. But I feel like you're starting to move into this energy, but then you're going to get into the angry energy. And so that's probably why you're here. If you're not already in the angry energy, okay? I just feel like you can skip all the crap, basically. Like, you're still gonna get angry, but focus that anger in a good way, to focus what quite possibly you dodged a bullet from, instead of focusing on, you know, what you lost. Focus on what you actually gained, and then focus on what you're gonna gain from there. And actually, you know what, I don't usually do this, but we're gonna do it. I'm gonna pull a card, and just see, you know, what is it that you're moving towards? What is it? If you take the advice from Spirit, what is it you're moving towards? Okay. What is it you're moving towards? Okay, so I got the Hermit card. So what you're moving towards, now don't think, oh, I'm gonna be a lonely old whatever with 1,000 cats. No, that's not what this is. This card is giving me vibes. It's giving me vibes of you finding yourself. Okay? It's giving me vibes of things being illuminated to you. By you going inwards, you really digging deep and seeing, okay, this is what this person cheated on me because of, maybe, like, why am I, that's what you need to ask yourself. Why did that person cheat on you in the first place? What vibe are you giving off, or what behavior, I guess, are you giving that lets those people think that they can treat you in that way? Right? Like, think of it that way instead. Like, focus your attention on you instead of them, right? Because we always want to focus on them and what they did to us, but what did we do to create the environment for them to do what they did? Oh, hurts. It hurts. But you know what? That self-discovery will lead you to a place where you will be able to mentor and help others gain perspective. Okay? So, by these things being illuminated to you, you know, understand that it's not there to punish you, it's there to teach you certain lessons, and that's what life is all about. It's just teaching you lessons. You know, we make choices, some good, some bad, some smart, some not so smart, but that's how we learn. And this, honestly, I think Earth is just the learning planet. We come here to learn, because maybe we're not so bright somewhere else. So they're like, okay, we'll just stick them, and they gotta learn these life lessons, and maybe, right? Okay, so in any regard, I feel you will be ending certain behaviors, certain situations, certain things that are not contributing to your life in the direction that you want it to go. Okay? Okay. What do you need to surrender? You need to surrender to the beauty of the natural world. Take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and ecstasy there. So for you, nature walks, things like that, go to a park, go outside. For some reason, this has been popping in my head the whole time I've been doing this reading. It is very possible that whoever I'm connecting with works in a salon. So you spend a lot of time indoors. You spend a lot of time, there's an element there too, and the reason, I don't know, and that could be why this card coming through, she looks pretty beautiful, right? Like, hair done, nice makeup, everything, like, I just get that, but I also get there's an element of, with the friends and stuff, like, working you up. That's what you need, maybe also to come back to yourself and be in this hermit, and yeah, I mean, take some of the advice. I'm saying don't take all of it, because some of it is not in your best interest and is working you up, okay? Or is going to work you up if it hasn't already. Okay? And just surrender, be by yourself, and take that moment to connect with nature, and that it could be as simple as get more plants in your apartment, or, but in any regard, you need to take a moment to yourself and just really be, okay? Alright, I think that's good for that one. A very interesting read. Not sure who I'm connecting to, but in any regard, I think you are badass. Okay? So whoever I'm connecting to, you stay calm. Stay calm. Okay? Okay, right on. Okay, we're moving on to pile 3. Okay, clearing the energies from that, moving on to pile 3. Okay, calling in the highest and best spirit guides and angels for pile 3, clearing pile 2's energy now. Okay. Alright. Okay, different energy already. I feel it already. Thank you. That's great. Thank you, Spirit. Because it was just the anger part of that I didn't like connecting to. The other part, whoever I was connecting to, they are badass in that reading, okay? Badass people. In a good way, not a bad way. Okay? So, connecting now to pile 3. What is the situation? Actually, let's use these guys. What is the situation right now for you guys, pile 3? What is the situation? Alright, so situation right now is you being able to enter the temple of your own truth. Okay? The situation is you being able to focus and go deep on what it is you want. Not what your boss wants, not what your husband wants, not what your wife wants, but what you want. Not what your parents want, what you want. Okay? So that is your challenge, is trying to figure that out and learn to value what it is you actually want and put an end in order to things maybe going on in your life right now to create new beginnings for yourself. Okay, let's get more. Let's get more. Let's use these guys. Tell me more. Tell me more. What is this? What is this? Okay, so could be, doesn't have to be, but I feel like you're trying to find out truth on whether you I should say about another person, whether you should move forward, or it could be a situation. Maybe a situation. Maybe you're in college and your parents want you to become a doctor, but you really want to become a baker. Right? And so your challenge is you want to keep the peace, okay? Because this is like, looks like a water otter type thing. Like a muskrat. And they give like really peace, like there's a bird sitting. So you give me like really peaceful, watery vibes. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, it could be, right? But you're giving off good vibes, right? But you're also giving off kind of I want to say indecisive vibes, go with the flow vibes, but not. It's like it's kind of like, okay, he's got this cup on his nose. He's distracted by a cup, okay? But he's got all this stuff floating around. He's got nice flowers, he's got a bird, he's got, right? But he's focused on this one thing. And he's not recognizing all this other stuff. Okay, and that I think is where the Temple of Truth is. I feel like, and again, with the school as an example, doesn't have to be. It could be maybe you're focused on a job or a person, or I think there's a fish in this cup. So money. Fish represents money. Maybe you're focused on money, but maybe that's not really your truth. that is basically the challenge. Okay, so what advice does Spirit have to move on from this inability to recognize your own truth? What's important to you? Because it's almost like, okay, with the doctor and the banker, or not the banker, the baker. Okay, now a doctor makes a lot of money, and a baker depends on if you start own your own bakery. I mean, you can make a shitload, really, if you think about it. It's just all in advertising, it's in the product. So if you have a really good product, obviously you're going to make a lot of money, right? If people want to keep coming, and marketing and things like that. So it's quite possible, that you could end up making more than a doctor would, but it's like somebody outside of you, I feel like, is influencing you to focus on this money. Okay. And prosperity, abundance, and success. Okay, so your focus is on money. Okay, Spirit is saying you can focus on your money. You can focus on creating that abundance and success for yourself. You can, but usually when you do something you actually love, that's when you're going to create the abundance. It's not when you do the things you really don't want to do, but you do them because you need the money. You'll still make money, but your heart's not going to be in it, and maybe you won't make as much money. Do you know what I mean? But there is success and prosperity for you, and there's structures and partnerships that can be created, right? And you can have success, right? But you have to figure out what it is first you truly want, and put an end to those things you maybe your heart's not really in, right? What else? Yeah, your higher self, sacred intuition. So again, communicating structure will be created through your intuition. So there's a element of following your intuition to figure out what you want in order to create this abundance. Okay. And then you got family tree. So this is where the family vibes I was getting. Create new beginnings and structure through change. So if it's a situation where, maybe your dad's a doctor or your mom's a doctor and they want you to become a doctor. I'm just giving that as an example. It doesn't have to be a doctor. It could be anything. And it doesn't even have to be school. I'm just using this as an example, right? Fit this in where it fits. Like, somebody wants you to do something because of money. Okay? And I feel like it is, and it could be to do around expansion, or maybe they want you to expand in their business, things like that. Now, for some of you, I feel like this would be a good thing if it is what you want. Okay, there will be prosperity for you. Trust your intuition, but there will be growth and expansion, and you'll be able to carry on this legacy. But only do it if you feel in your heart that that's what you want. Okay? If it's not what you want, then it's, Spirit is saying it's not going to grow. It's not going to, you're just not going to be happy. You see, like, how she's outside the temple and there's a big kind of scary looking gate there. That's the energy I feel like if you don't figure out what it is that's important to you, that's kind of the energy you will be stuck in. Okay? But if you follow the advice from Spirit, I feel like there will be prosperity and growth for you. And you will be able to follow your intuition more. Okay. Hope, optimism, and new beginnings will be created for you. Once you figure out what it is that you truly desire. And there's another element here is you have to for some of you, not all of you, I feel like you're walking towards the element of your own truth. And this is, you're focused on that now, and that is going to provide prosperity for you. It's going to create growth and stuff in your family, and a change for you. It could be your family tree, but it could be just creating a new family. It could be something like that, expansion somehow there. But you have to remain hopeful, optimistic, that your new beginnings are going to arrive for you, right? You just have to remain hopeful and remain optimistic. Okay, let's get a surrender card and a message from the universe, and we will leave it there. I'm just looking at the time. Yeah. Okay, surrender, denial. So accept people and situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the best decision. So again, I'm going back to that Dr. Baker. So surrender the denial that, you know, you want to become a doctor when really you don't want to become a doctor, right? Or whatever it is. Surrender that. Right? And maybe surrender the denial that, you know, the other person wants the best for you. Maybe they're just fulfilling something they couldn't have within their own life, so they're making it or transferring that to you. Do you know what I mean? Like, so they didn't get the dream they wanted, so now they're living their dream through you. You're now, they're achieving their dream through you, if that makes sense. Okay, so there's a need here that you need to surrender that wanting, like, people pleasing, I feel like. Okay, and then message from the universe. Yeah, follow through. So whatever you do decide to and yeah, to do, you need follow through with it. So decide decide what you want to do. Make sure that's what you want to do. Make sure it's not being influenced by third parties like family and things like that, or partnerships and things like that. And it's what you want, and then follow through with what you want. Communicate what you want. Okay? Good. Right on. Okay. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's good. I don't think you need more information. I think you're good. Okay, so take care, and until next time.